All right, so we're gonna be looking at a, I think silver, right? Or am I trolling? I think it's silver. No, it's bronze. Okay, so we're looking at a bronze game here. Where are we? Okay, we're here. So we're looking at a bronze game here. I chose this game because we had a pretty decent KDA, honestly, to be able to carry this game, and we didn't. So I want to see specifically what happened, specifically if we could have been anything better. Maybe we couldn't have, but I just want to make sure. And if you guys want free coaching every single week, just make sure you guys make sure that we hit 200 subscribers, and we can potentially get a free coaching each week. If you guys like a free VOD, of course, it's every single Sunday. Just make sure you join my Discord. So let's kind of see what's happening here. So the first thing that we want to do is analyze our lanes here. So with this in mind, we want to make sure that we see, okay, so we got Vayne and Swain, and then we got Jinx and Pantheon. So specifically, what type of lane is Vayne and Swain? It is going to be pretty much nothing, honestly. He can poke, but you're not really poking anything, right? So nothing. We're not poke, we're not sustain, we're not kill. We don't do shit. Now, as far as this lane goes, you can say Jinx is a little bit of poke, and Pantheon has a little bit of course, jump on you and do stuff, but it's not a kill lane, even though Pantheon runs Ignite, even though Pantheon can execute you. It's not really a kill lane, it's more of a poke lane because that champion cannot 100 to 0. If the champion can 100 to 0 you, then it is a kill lane, but it is not, no matter what support it is with. So we have pretty much nothing on our side. Our lane sucks ass, and then it happens sometimes. Don't feel bad about it. And then they pretty much have poke going for them. So we really can't do anything other than farm. The best way to make it so that we don't have to deal with this is to pretty much shove them in. If we shove them in, then we're not able to actually get poked. They can't really retaliate to us. If Pantheon jumps on us, well then guess what? It's 2v1, and Jinx can't really do anything about it. And even if she does, she's going to lose farm for it, which is basically a win-win. If we keep it under here, Jinx can still rocket you. Pantheon can still throw spears at you. Can still hop on you, and then of course uses E. Like there's a lot of ways you can still poke you on the tower. Excuse me. So the best thing to do is a perma push this, meaning we have to auto attack off cooldown. As you see, we're pausing. We don't have time for this. We have to just keep autoing, keep autoing, keep autoing, so we don't have to worry about this type of shit happening. Okay, so we get a free kill there. Not really because we played it well, but because that Jinx just played it terribly. And it sucks to say that all the time, of course, but it's the truth, right? If we go back and we just watch this shit, nobody did that. Nobody did anything perfect. She just like fucked herself. Because in her mind, Pantheon jumped in, we can kill, but as we established, that shit's not fucking happening. So she gets caught, Pantheon jumps in, she walks away, and then she sits there trying to fight Walt and his thing, and because Pantheon jumped in, and then she's just like, look at that, what is she, like, what? Right. And then she's out. Oh, never mind, no she's not, because I forgot Vayne's speed. I was like, she's out. I don't know why I thought you flashed earlier there, but I guess you didn't. But yeah, no, she definitely played that shit poorly. She shouldn't have done that, and she didn't pay the price for it. And you get a free kill because she entered. Once again, just because we got a free kill doesn't mean we play the game any different or the lane any different, and this goes for all roles in general. We want to make sure that we are playing the exact same. We try to perma push her in, and we don't really want to look for fights because we don't win them. And if you as ADC or support, you want to make sure that you're telling them how to play, because sometimes they don't really know what to do, and you want to make sure you guys are all on the same page. Once again, they just int, and this is pretty much teaching you how to play poorly, and that's what I don't fucking like. I won't say I don't like coaching or doing VOD reviews in lower elo, but it just makes it like it just sounds like I'm contradicting myself because the shit that you guys do works. You know what I mean? And obviously, you guys trust what I'm saying, right? You guys don't think, well, you're just feeding me bullshit. Like, you trust what I'm saying, but when the proof is there, like, you pull off something and it works, like, it's pretty hard, even if you understand what I'm saying, to be like, that's not gonna work next time, huh? But it worked this time. It's still in the back of your mind that you can pull it off because you're in low elo. But when you're in higher elo, that's just never gonna work. You don't fucking get your ass kicked. So you want to do your best to try to open your eyes a little bit more and see what particularly works, because I'm playing it well, and what particularly works because they just gave us a freebie. All right, shoving it in. I like it. Just keep it from a shove. This is exactly how you want to play. I like this. You should have done this from the start. And then, of course, just be really, really aware of if you're going to get ganked. Once again, perma push. Keep pushing. Nope. Fuck, we're fucking up. We could definitely have it pushed under the tower right now. So you're fucking up. You're just trying to freeze it to get kills and not really freeze it for the right reason. Still freezing it, kind of for no reason. So the mindset behind a freeze, typically, if your champion thrives specifically off of getting kills, it's fine to do a freeze. Obviously, you want to do it way further back to get the kills. Vayne, she just wants to farm. If she gets kills, cool, fucking good job. You know, it happens. But for the most part, she ain't really looking for them. She can definitely thrive off of just farming. Whereas you perma pushing it in is allowing them to, for you to also get plays and allowing them to miss a lot of CS in her tower. You can give the argument, well, she is, you can give the argument that, well, she is missing farm and experience because I'm freezing it. Yeah, but you don't really have to, right? You want to put the pressure on. You want to make sure that she can't jump on you anymore. And if they play this lane properly, they would jump on you a lot easier. So as I said, just because you are winning your lane does not mean you play the lane any different than how you're supposed to play it in the first place. Obviously, there are some lanes though where, okay, we're 6, we can play differently, but you're not in one of those lanes. You're fed, but you know. So at this point, we're 13 minutes in and we have our items. Now it's fine to play our lane a little bit different. We could play a little bit different, a little earlier than that, but for the most part, you're not going to be fed in an actual Halo game. It's just going to be a really snore fest lane because your lane isn't really supposed to fucking win. You just got really lucky. That's unlucky. The luck didn't last. Okay, so we don't really have to go bot here. As you see, you already got, we already had the wave pushed up. We could have definitely just went mid and snatched this real quick and then rotated, and that would have been a free kill for you. Look to catch farm everywhere when you're playing AD carry. So I'll actually write that down. So the first thing that we want to do is make sure we're always playing the lane how it's supposed to be played. Number 2 is look to catch farm everywhere. When you're dealing with a jungler that's on the same side, though, you don't want to be an ass and take his camps if he's really right there or if he's about to do it. Like, if you happen to take his Krugs right now and you see him walking to Krugs, that'd be a pretty ass move. You don't want to do that. But if you saw him pathing to Wolves, you can take those Krugs for free because by the time he gets back, they'll be back up. And you're helping him because the Krugs level up every time, or every camp levels up every time they die. So you're helping your jungler in a sense. So we should be taking Krugs right now. So we're going mid. Obviously, you're not defending this shit, so you could have taken Krugs and then walked yourself down here because you're not defending this anyway. You're not defending this by yourself too, but luckily they didn't like with the push, and you're, of course, jungler spawns. So you just have time to take this and then rotate and be okay. Okay, looking to go for the play. Oh my god. Okay, hold on. Let's back up. That was balls deep, like instantly. Hold on. Okay. And I feel like Vayne is one of the best champions to carry in low reload because you can just literally get by off of just outplaying everybody rather than actually playing properly. I'm not saying that's the philosophy I want to teach to you, but I'm just saying you get away with that shit a little bit easier with her. Okay, so as we see, Diana's coming. We're just getting a little bloodthirsty. We don't really care about her because we want that kill so fucking much, and then we die for it. Right? Pretty simple, honestly, on why we died. Just really, really simple. Look to make sure we're positioning properly. Fuck Avery. Okay. So, with that in mind, we want to make sure that we are not just kind of positioning weird like that. You want to make sure you're keeping yourself safe. That's such a basic golden rule, but it is a golden rule nonetheless. We want to make sure that we are doing our best to stay safe. And we're doing our best to remain in a really good position. When you're fighting in team fights, you want to pay attention to who specifically can hurt you, who specifically can get to you. And you really need to know this at the loading screen, honestly. What are the champions that can like get on your face? It's Fiora, it's Warwick, it's Diana. Actually, Warwick can't really get to you. If you have someone in front of you, it's not happening. And then, of course, Pantheon. They all can just leap on you. So you got to make sure that you are watching out so you don't get popped on. Okay, so we're just farming, doing our thing. It's perfectly fine. Be very, very careful overextending here. They can just come from behind you. As we know, they were fighting and doing some weird shit back there. So if we get collapsed on, it's on us because we weren't really paying attention. Okay, so we see Dragon here. We know that some are dead. Okay, Diana shows up. What was she doing? Wait a second. What the fuck? Were they just all in your jungle? Or did they all die? Was I not paying attention? No. Yeah, you definitely could have just been killed. Bruh. What the fuck am I watching? They're just allowing you to do this for free. And she's even basing. Knowing... I can't. Let's not talk about that. You definitely could have died if they just fucking moved their asses. Once again, we know they're over here. This is very sketchy because we don't really know where everybody is. So we just assume they're gone. She teleports, though, and was able to... luckily, you guys got it, but was able to do stuff here. Very, very sketch. Make sure you know we're off of more before you call a bear or call a dragon like that. I see you tried to make that play. You tried. I give you credit. You weren't getting out, so you're like, you know, fuck it. I'm gonna do my best to try this shit. Alright, we're just kind of farming once again. You're gravitating towards bot way too fucking much. Like, you're always in bot lane. Like, you don't have to be. Go catch waves mid lane. Go catch waves top lane. You know, play to those sides too. I'm not saying you were doing it wrong here. I'm just saying, like, still have those as options. That doesn't correlate with any of the play that you were just made there. This is just an example. Remember, you have options to go mid, to go top. Just because you don't have your tower down. Our main goal is just to get our fucking items as Vayne. And so we want to make sure we do. That's actually really every main goal of an AD carry is to get their items. Okay, so we can't play melee range Vayne. As far as I know, Vayne doesn't have any knives. So we gotta make sure we're not playing melee range. Also, we just see that this person is dying. Right, so we're right here. And you see they're getting chased and we see that they're about to die. What is their next step? They're probably gonna push mid after they get this kill. So we need to reset. You might be thinking, well, we could push this and we could trade tower for tower, but that's fucking inhib tower. We don't want to trade that. So I don't even think we get this. Do we get it? Pro place? We get it. Okay, so we're looking to force the fight while they're just pushing mid. Hopefully Volibear can stall that. If you are back, this is really good for us. Okay, but she didn't back, so fuck, we're in trouble. Once again, we're getting extremely close to the fight for no reason. Like, extremely close. Don't use your Q as a damage tool. When you're using your Q, always, you know, use it as a repositioning tool. Obviously, you want to make sure you're weaving them in with your autos, but, you know, make sure that you're repositioning yourself every time you use your Q. And if you have to hold it so that you can reposition yourself within the time frame that your Q is going to be on cooldown, then hold it. And you can better kind of play these fights. So we do get 3 kills. Whoop-de-doo. We lost an hit for it. And it just could have been avoided. As long as you play these fights, you know, these next fights, you know, really, really well, though, it's kind of fine that you did that. But we have to play these, like, solid. It just sucks losing inhib for really no reason. Especially because you don't really need kills to do what you need to do, because you're Vayne. Alright. So, what? Okay. Well, we're down, people. So, this is not a good idea. We just leave. We take this fight anyway. Alright, you're a fucking crazy man. Get away with it, because they play it like ass. Very good. Cool. 3 kills. I like it. I like it. Good job. Good job. Good job. Just make sure you're positioning a little bit better, but aside from that, well played. You might have information about where everybody was before that fight took place. I definitely would have waited just to see where everybody was before I took that fight. But as fed as you are, I would have taken that fight too. I just would have backed off first. That's all I'm saying. Get as much information as possible before you look to force your way in these fights, because you don't want to start a fight that's already going to be bad. If you could have just had the pre-context to let you know, like, oh, this is a bad fight anyway. I can't really fight this fight. So we got the tower. I feel like we didn't have to get caught there. We could have juked that shit. Look how far he is. That's super far. He's not gonna hit you. You already know he's gonna ult. Just fucking Q sideways, and you'd be good. Right here, you don't have to flash. You just knock him back, and you're good to go. But instead, we flash, waste our flash when we didn't have to, and you also have Blade of the Ruin King. You were in no danger whatsoever. You were fine. So now we have to play this fight really, really well, because A, we don't have our ult. B, we don't have our Bork. C, we don't have our flash. So it's gonna be really, really shit if we happen to end the fight. Luckily though, nobody else was in that fight, so we got away with it. But conserve that flash as much as possible if you can. Really understand if you'll die or not. Just because you're caught out, especially when you're ahead, does not mean you're dead. So this should be a free fight. What are you scared of? Kill that person. Just snap his ass into a wall, or honestly just auto him. It's fine. You are good to go. Didn't have to ult. Save your ults for better moments. He was already pretty much dead because now your ult is down for this next fight, and Vayne with no ult is ass.com. So we want to make sure that we have our ult every single time. This is definitely a free Baron. Perfect. I like this call. This is very, very good call. I like that call. Good job. All right. This is why I want to look at this game, because your KD was pretty fucking decent to like lose. You're not going to win that fucking Cloud Dragon fight, so we do not go over there. We don't need to shove. Yep, exactly. Farm the camps, man. Where was that shit earlier? Do you need items? You could get your sash. How much gold you're at? Oh, you have enough to get it. Farm another camp or two. It should be about 1,500, no? I'm probably way off, but I'm pretty sure you have close enough gold for that shit. You want to fight on all your gold. And that's fucking another golden rule. Always, this is like, has to be heavily emphasized. Fight on all your gold. Just because you're fed does not mean you get away with just fucking not spending. Fight on all your gold. You have way too fucking much. And also, a really good thing to do is understand if anybody else needs to back. Let's see who else needs to back. Because everybody in low reload plagues with this problem, no matter their rank. They could be platinum. They could be fucking, they could be gold. They could be silver. All of them fucking have this issue. Look at that. 2 other players on fucking massive gold spikes. Oh wait, I'm sorry, not you. I'm trolling. We already know you are. But 2 other players here. That's a lot of gold to just sit on. Let's see what items they could potentially get if they did spend it. So he probably is looking to build. What are you looking to build? I'm not that keen on what this fucking builds into. What is this build? Chat, you guys know. I always say chat. There's no chat. I'm recording. Fuck. What item is that? Well, I was thinking death cap, but he has it. Maybe that new item? Hold on. We're gonna do a little fucking research here. Cause I honestly can't tell you what the fuck item that is. Oops. Okay, what's what the fuck he's looking to build, bro? Yeah, okay, I was right. I was like this item right here, because this shit is the only other thing. I don't think I get enough for it though. But he definitely could have bought him an elixir. And then that his build is ass. And then with this, he could have is he building the same thing? He could have bought an elixir too. But fuck, man. My teammates are booty. But we definitely could have fucking spent. We definitely could have bought something for these fights. We get caught out in a really shitty position. End up losing this fight for our team, unfortunately. But if you would have finished your sash, you would have been good to go. You would have been golden. Did you not use it, by the way? You used it at the end of the duration. The fucking sucks. That blows. I'm not laughing because you use it in the. I'm not laughing because the time you use it. It just sucks that you used it at the end of the duration. Like, I think you're waiting for like the most CC to use it on, because you didn't have to use it here, obviously. But then you get here, you should have instantly pressed that fucking button right now. But look how long you wait. And then by the time you're free to go, you have no HP to do anything really. That fucking blows. Also, Swing wasn't even fucking there. What the hell was he doing? Okay, so that was awkward. Before each fight, make sure you have these 3 things: positioning, resources, and oops, not resources, ultimates and resources. That's what we want to make sure that we have before every single fight. If we don't have that shit before every single fight, if we don't have all 3, we lose. Positioning wise, Swain was that bot, so of course we're not winning that fucking fight. I mean, honestly, if you were Smurf, you probably would have pulled that shit off. But yeah, actually, if I was playing or somebody else I was smurfing and your Elo was playing, we would have just shit on that whole entire team. But obviously, on a Smurf, and I'm not saying you did bad because you couldn't pull that off. Obviously, you shouldn't be able to because you're not smurfing, which is why we need to make sure that we had our teammate there, because that was doing. Like, if this was Like, let's say if I was playing Vayne in my own elo, like I wouldn't have taken that fight because I wouldn't be able to pull off the play, because that would be the whole fucking enemy team is on my play level. You know what I mean? So be very, very careful about doing stuff like that. Looking for another fight. We have no Swain, but they have no Pantheon. This is just end. This is free, bro. You can pull this off once again, but you'd have to play it really, really well. Why aren't you hitting the inhib at least? Well, that was a waste. Yeah, that was like, it was a complete waste. What? Okay, I'm dying for that shit. My eyeballs. I mean, this wouldn't have went this late if you would have just paid attention in that other fight where you just died. Like if none of that would have happened because the game would have been over. So now we're forced to be at the back foot again, which fucking sucks. Get caught again. We end up dying for it. Did you not sash early? I don't want to write it, but this looks like a problem that we're not sashing on time. We have it up, no? You sold it? Oh no, I was gonna fucking rage. I was like, you sold that shit? Okay, no, you bought a skim. Okay. I almost fucking threw my computer out the window. This is fine, but I would just wait for my sash because obviously if you do get caught, you're stuck. So unfortunately, you paid the price for that shit, and we died. Luckily, your team cleans it up, but damn, dude, if you were alive, that was game. So those are 2 fights, essentially 3. But we'll just say 2 fights where we definitely could have just won the game for our team. Do we have our sash? Yes. We have our Bork? Yes. We have our heal? Cool. This is good. We don't die here. Pinger, Bygar back. There's no reason to fight. Swain is fucking mongrelling bot side, split pushing, so there's no reason to fight this fight. Fight this fight anyway, we end up dying, and yeah, we're dead. Once again, this shit would have never happened if we would have played that other fight well. And so you could be seeing my team just fucking acting like monkeys the entire time. They fucking were, I agree. But it would have never got to that point if we would have just played that fight before earlier. Better. So, and that's what I mean by, like, you get away with a lot of bullshit, but eventually it gets to a point where you're not going to get away with it anymore. And sometimes it's in your elo, sometimes it's when you get to another elo. So I hope this helped you. If you got any questions, feel free to message me. But I definitely think that the main thing here is that we just gotta make sure that we're not taking bullshit fights like this, and we also gotta make sure that we're fighting on all our gold, and of course positioning properly. We gotta make sure that we're positioned properly, paying attention to specifically what champions can get to us, and it's definitely gonna be Fiora, Diana, and Pantheon. Warwick just gets to you because there's no one in front of you, because you're taking a lot of bullshit fights that we shouldn't really be taking. So if you got any questions, feel free to ask. But thank you guys once again for approaching this like a coach.